Hello everyone, welcome to another English manual translation flip through. Today we're doing Grandia, and this is a game that I was very much looking forward to doing. I just had not had time to do it, but it was ordered, so I had to finally buckle down and get it done. It was not a difficult translation, but it did take a lot of time because there was a lot of material, which is something you expect from, you know, an RPG that with this much content. You see it comes on 2 discs, and this is our custom disc art design and our custom 2 tray inserts. All right, let's set that aside. So yeah, this manual turned out to be a beast. It was it ended up at 44 pages, so we've got quite a bit to flip through. And like I said, it was not a difficult one to translate. It was just very time consuming to make this whole thing, but it was worth it because Grandia is just such an amazing game. I do wish I had had this manual when I did my full playthrough earlier this year. There was actually some things I think I was not aware of that I learned when making the manual. And if you're wondering, turning the pages is just difficult because I have these gloves on, but this is a customer's manual, so I'm not going to touch it with my fingers and get my ink on, or my oils from my skin on it. And I did do a lot of full color in this one, so it is a beautiful one in my opinion. I tried to put a lot of game art into it as well. And it took a lot of extra time because I wanted to use the English translation screenshots, so I couldn't rely on the original images from the Japanese manual. And in fact, this entire layout is completely custom. I just translated, like the text is mostly from the Japanese manual, but the actual layout and backgrounds and images were all done by me. I'll take some of these, I thought it was a nice little thing, take some of these little clips from within the game itself, kind of give it a unique look and feel. I thought this background turned out to be a really good look for what we were going for with the game. Yeah, Grandia was a amazing game, and it was just such a crying shame that it never made it to North America during the Saturn's time. And like so many other great games, it made it to PlayStation, and a couple of years later, after Game Arts realized that Sega was never going to bring it over, they ended up bringing it over to the PlayStation. And so, like many other Saturn owners, back in the day, I was robbed of an amazing game that certainly would have blown my mind back then, especially considering how much it blew my mind now. Excellent game. 2 long discs is just great. It's one of those games where it was a little bit whimsical when it first started out, and I don't typically like whimsy in my RPGs. I mean, a little bit of humor is fine, but I like it to be a little bit more of a serious adventure. And so at first I was like, well, this game plays great and it's absolutely gorgeous. The graphics are just really good for the era. The 3D polygonal environments were just beautifully done, fully textured, just amazing work for the era. So I kept playing because it was very enjoyable and beautiful to play. The mechanics were all great. But the story actually really starts to pick up towards the end of the first disc, and then definitely in the second disc. So if you want a little bit more seriousness in it, and it starts off with a little bit of too much whimsy, don't worry, the story definitely picks up later in the game. And I did try to do some really large character art for the character bios here. It's just, the art of this is great. It definitely has that lunar look and feel. And for those of you who aren't aware, roughly the same most of the same team that made these Grandia games also made the Lunar games, so it definitely makes sense that there's a comparable theming and art. Now, this is something that's completely unique to this manual. This was not in the Japanese manual. I don't know if there was a way to get this map originally for the Saturn or if it came out later. I am completely unsure. But definitely was not with the Japanese manual, but I kind of thought this was a really nice addition to it. So I hope you guys will enjoy that too. And here at the end, we've got the credits. Yeah, so beautiful manual for an amazing game. I really hope if any of you pick it up, you'll enjoy it. And even though it's a 44-page full-color manual, it is only $19.99. Like with everything, I try to make everything affordable and accessible at a level of quality that you would expect from an OEM product. So I thank you for watching. Make sure and visit us, SegaReplay.com, and get your own copy.